How to awaken other people to flat Earth. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as just walking up to people and telling them, hey, the Earth's flat. You've been lied to for 500 years. Just thought I'd let you know. That would be nice, but that's the worst way to try and wake someone up. How not to wake people up to the flat Earth is to preach to them, or to pander to them, or to condescend to them. So the best way is instead to Socratically question their worldview. Socratic questioning means to continually ask someone leading questions, leading them to the answers or lack of answers that you knew of in the beginning. So it's a method of teaching through asking leading questions to get your subject to come to the answers that you want them to all by themselves. So for instance, you can ask someone, hey, isn't the natural physics of water to remain level and flat? And isn't over 70% of Earth composed of water? If 70% of Earth is composed of water, and the natural physics of water is to always remain level, flat, how can the Earth be anything but a level, flat plane? Then as they answer, you frame your next question to lead them further and further down the rabbit hole of flat Earth questioning. For a good example of this, check out Del from Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Notice the questions that he asks and the style of asking. Notice the Socratic questioning, the leading questions. Notice how he strategically leads people into questioning their own worldview instead of just preaching and alienating them by laying it all out right from the beginning. Pay attention to your own emotional state when you're trying to wake other people up also. If you're excited, over-impassioned, nervous, jittery, talking too fast, unsure of yourself, they're going to pick up on that and exploit it. One of the best ways to breach any subject, especially taboo subjects, is through humor. Making jokes about it. Make jokes about the flat Earth. Make jokes about the ball Earth. Make jokes about NASA's CGI photographs. Make jokes about the Big Bang. Keep it light. Keep it funny. Make it a joint discovery between the two of you. Never make it seem like you're preaching. Never make it seem like you've already decided. Don't try to do it all at once. Waking up to flat Earth is a process, so recognize that whoever you're trying to wake up has to go through that long process themselves. So the most you can do is plant seeds and then water them as time goes on. If you try to plant a seed and overload it with water and sit there waiting for it to grow, you're getting pissed off that it's not growing faster. You're just going to waterlog and kill it. Be lighthearted. Smile. Laugh it off if they ridicule you, like water off a duck's back. They'll be looking to see your confidence in what you're saying, and if they see their simple ridicule can bring you into a negative state, they're going to know that you're not that confident about what you're presenting them with, and they won't take you as seriously. However, if they ridicule you, and you just smile, nod, and ask them another Socratic question that points out where they might actually be wrong, they're more likely to take you seriously and see that you have both confidence and logic. So when you're trying to awaken other people, think of how you were awakened. Did someone come and preach to you? You probably clicked on a video, and upon watching the video, found your worldview expanded. So one of the best ways to wake other people up is to get them to watch a video with you. Hold a viewing party, send them a link, or next time they come over, sit them down and turn on a good flat Earth video. Another way is to put your money where your mouth is. Offer them $10 or $20 to sit down and watch a flat Earth video with you. Maybe they'll ridicule you if you expect them to waste their time for free, but if you put a $20 bill in front of them and say, hey, I'll give you $20 to just sit down and listen to this video with me, they're less likely to be standoffish about it when they've had their palms greased. One guy wrote me and said he challenged his friend to a bet that if his friend still thought the Earth was a spinning ball in 6 months' time, that he would buy him an Xbox. And when 6 months came around, his friend couldn't honestly tell him that he truly believed the Earth was still a spinning ball. So if you can get people to sit down and watch a video with you, that takes the pressure off of you. As you're watching, feel free to pause it. as they ask questions to help them along with answers if you know them, or posit yourself if you think they don't understand something. You don't even have to approach it as though you think the Earth is flat. You can simply say that you find this interesting, or did you know about these people? Or what do you think of this? And when they tell you, so you believe this? You can throw your hands up and say, no, I didn't say I believe it. I'm just questioning it. I think there's a lot of interesting points. I wanted to discuss them with you.
So, one thing to keep in mind is that you're not really trying to teach somebody everything that you know about this subject. The best thing I think a person can do is to just open their mind and point out a couple things that will make them willing to sit down with you and watch a couple videos. Once they've seen a few good videos that comprehensively cover the subject, there's really not a whole lot left for you to say because they've already seen the material. But to get somebody to sit down and watch it seems to be the challenge with a topic like this. So one of the things you do to not come across like a freak is remember that a good strategy goes a long ways. Think of a salesman who's trying to get an appointment to go to someone's house to, say, sell them a sunroom or a steel roof or a window remodel or something like that, right? So he only uses the phone as a tool to get the appointment with the customer. You don't try to sell them the roof over the phone. You don't try to sell them the windows over the phone or whatever your project happens to be that you're contracting. You really only use the phone for one thing, and that is to get an appointment. And then when you get in front of the person, that's when you do the selling, okay? So you have to remember that when you bring this subject up, there are so many people that have put together documentaries that really cover it so well. Why would you try to do that when you can simply get the people primed to want to hear it? That's a huge obstacle. And I see people do a lot of the same things over and over that want to talk about this. Some of the people that I know who are aware of it, which, you know, some of you may be lucky and have 4 or 5 friends who are really on board with this. And it took me a while to get the first one. I'd share it with people and they'd go, yeah, well, you know, but the Earth is round. Okay, dude, never mind. Because they don't want to hear it, right? I find that it's a tendency, though, when you have a new subject that you're enthusiastic about, to overwhelm people with information. The first thing you got to remember, don't throw too much information at them. If you have somebody who's always cool with having casual discussion with you, and one day you say, man, I've been watching these documentaries, and I got to tell you something. Are you aware of the fact that, have you ever been to the water? The horizon is totally flat. And did you know that when they say boats go over the edge, they really don't? They just go out of sight and you can look at them with binoculars and telescopes for as far as the air quality will allow. And how about the fact that Antarctica's off limits and it's protected by the military, and Pythagorean's math doesn't actually proof out when you go out to the water and start trying to find the curve that they talk about. And did you know that everything that NASA does is fake? And how about what about the fact that you can see all the constellations all year, even though you're on different sides of the sun? They kind of look at you and go, whoa, hey man, it's cool, you might want to get your dosage checked. And that person just put up a wall. Okay, so you don't want to do that to people because they always respond the same way. They back off and they're like, yeah, okay, see you later. So what you really need to do is remember, just get them willing to watch a video. Don't overwhelm them, and don't make them feel stupid. You really have to know something about the people you're talking to. If you're talking to somebody who already believes that the moon landing was a hoax, man, you're ahead of the game, right? They already aren't NASA worshipers. That's a great thing. But what if you're talking to somebody who isn't science-minded? He doesn't really understand even the official story, right? So when you're trying to contradict a story that he doesn't even understand, he's really going to be messed up. And with a guy like that, if he seems honestly interested in what you're saying, you definitely have to show him a video because it's full of illustrations and ways to show with videos and documentation what you're talking about, right? So one of the ways you can avoid this is use images whenever you can. Then you don't have to explain. You know, if you have a phone or a tablet with you all the time, have that thing stacked in a folder full of good images. You've seen them all over, like Flat Earth Matters and some of these. Just do an image search. You'll find all kinds of great stuff. Just save it and stick it in your phone. And then when someone talks about, oh, well, you know, this isn't true, go, well, you know, have you ever thought of this? And you show them a picture. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, great. A video's worth 1,000 pictures. So just keep it simple and just get them willing to watch a video. And preferably with you. Don't just send them one and say, hey, come on over, I'll buy pizza. You can come on over and we'll hang out. I want to show you something. There's something that's going to blow your mind. And I'll feed you. Come on over. And people are usually willing to swing by and, you know, drink a six-pack and have some pizza. Get them over there and then put a documentary on. And shut up and let them listen to it. And then watch their response. Because if they start asking a million questions after that, that means it cracked the shell. And they'll start peeking out and going, hey, wait a minute. And then now they're curious. And then there's 50 other videos probably. I have a good handful of videos on my proponents list on this channel right here. And you show anybody 3 of those, any 3 of those, and if they don't get it, there's nothing really else to say. Because you're not going to explain it better than these videos do. And if they don't care and they go, oh yeah, whatever, and then they turn football on, well, let them go back in the Matrix. That's where they belong. But it's really worthwhile to, it's rewarding to share this with somebody and have them call you and say, okay, I got a friend, I'll give you a personal testimony. I had a friend over, he lives over on the West Coast, I'm over here on the East Coast, but we worked together like 15 years ago. And we've shared little conspiracy stuff off and on, talking about this or that, Bilderberg, 9/11, whatever. When I got into this, I showed it to him. I tried to. I said, watch this video. He wouldn't touch it. And then I sent him another one. Watch this video. Did you ever watch that? No, I haven't had time. And, you know, one day I got him to commit to watch one of them. Then he started calling me with a bunch of questions, and I sent him other links and other videos. Then he started sending me videos, and then he started sending me, pretty soon, he's calling me going, oh man, dude, what'd you do to me? My whole world melted down. This is like, everything else is nothing compared to this. All these other conspiracies just, man, dude, I can't believe this. And everyone thinks I'm crazy now. I talked to my mom and my brothers, and they're all telling me I'm a fool. But he has someone to talk to. And if you can get somebody to watch a few videos and get it, and then see, an education is not like filling a bucket. It's like starting a fire. And once you get people to see it, it'll take on a life of its own, and you'll see them, and maybe they'll end up finding something you've never seen and share it with you. But people are never going to basically come on board to this reality if they don't allow themselves to be informed. And so the real art in this, because of the subject and the depth of the indoctrination, is just get them interested enough that you can sit down with them and watch a video and then watch them try to digest it. And if they say no, fine. But you'll avoid a lot of headaches if you don't overwhelm them, you don't make them feel stupid, and don't try to teach them everything. You're not trying to you know, be the encyclopedia. Just, I'm not sure. Don't act like you know it all. Just show them a video. And if they ask you a question that you don't really want to get into because it's like kind of heavy, you say, you know, I'd try to explain that, but I think I'd mess it up. Let me show you something. And then you lead them to a video.
Another thing to note when trying to wake other people up to the flat earth reality is that you need to stick to the facts, the easily provable facts, like the fact that water always finds and remains level, like the fact that the horizon is always flat and rises with the eye of the observer as high as he goes, the fact that water never conforms to the exterior of shapes, the fact that a negative and positive pressure system, like an atmosphere and a vacuum, cannot exist side by side without a firm barrier between them, the fact that all rivers run down, north, south, east, and west, in all directions, all over the earth. Yet if the earth were a ball, many rivers would be flowing uphill. And there are even more subtle ways you can help wake people up to the flat earth if you don't want to directly confront people or talk to the people in your life. For example, the truth cube is an idea people have been toying with, or pamphleteering by making a paper or a cube with important flat earth information and links on it. Then going out in public places and either handing these out or placing them in areas where people will find them anyway. Other people have made banners and hung over the highway, or signs, or stickers, or posters to put up on telephone posts. Writing important links, websites, YouTube and Google searches on money is a great way to spread the word, using their own money system against them. We need more people to do this kind of street-level grassroots activism. Stickers, posters, pamphlets, truth cubes, graffiti, writing on money, viewing parties, street interviews. Flat Earth activism is some of the most important activism you can possibly be doing right now, because as the mother of all conspiracies, it holds under its umbrella all of the other lesser conspiracies and exposes them. So by devoting energy to waking up people to this 500-year deception, you're releasing the tight grip this control mechanism has on everyone's minds. Those of us that know the Earth is flat and still have to live in this world are like people that have been woken up from the Matrix. We're wearing our leather jackets, we got our cool black shades on, and there's a world full of people who think they're on a tilting, wobbling, spinning sphere pair and ridicule you for trying to tell them the truth. Agent Smith is everywhere, but don't be like Cypher and just go back to sleep. We need more Morpheuses, we need more Neos, more Trinities. We need you guys that have broken free from the Matrix to get in those weird looking chairs, plug that thing into the back of your head, take one for the team, go back out into the Matrix, and do everything you can to try and unplug these helpless slaves.